Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Ashanti, there lived a wise king and a kind queen. They had 2 children, twins named Kwame and Oma. Kwame was brave and strong, while Oma was clever and gentle. The people of the kingdom loved them very much. One day, the kingdom fell into hard times. The crops failed, the rivers dried up, and the people were filled with sorrow. The king called upon the wisest elders and bravest warriors to find a solution. They all agreed that it was time to seek help from the sacred forest, a magical place deep in the heart of the kingdom. The sacred forest was known to grant wishes, but only to those who showed great courage and kindness. The king asked for volunteers, but everyone was too afraid. Then, Kwame and Oma stepped forward. They told their father, "We will go to the sacred forest and save our kingdom." The king hesitated, worried about his children's safety, but the twins insisted. "Can do it together, father," Oma said with confidence. Finally, the king agreed and gave them his blessing. Kwame and Oma set off on their journey early the next morning. They walked through the village, waving to the people who cheered them on. They ventured into the dense forest, where the trees were tall and the paths were winding. It was dark and mysterious, but the twins were determined. As they traveled deeper into the forest, they faced many challenges. First, they encountered a fierce lion blocking their path. Kwame stepped forward bravely and spoke to the lion. The lion was moved by Kwame's bravery and stepped aside, allowing them to continue. Next, they came to a wide river with no bridge. Oma thought for a moment and then said, "Let's gather some logs and vines to build a raft." Together, they built a strong raft and safely crossed the river. Further into the forest, they met an old, wise owl. The owl said, "To reach the heart of the sacred forest, you must solve my riddle. If you answer correctly, you may pass." The owl then asked, "What is greater than the king but smaller than a grain of sand?" Oma thought hard and then smiled. She answered, "It is a promise. A promise can be more powerful than a king's decree, yet it is as simple as a word." The owl nodded in approval and let them pass. Finally, they reached a clearing where a majestic tree stood, glowing with a soft light. It was the heart of the sacred forest. The twins approached the tree and knelt before it. "Great tree," Oma said, "we have come to ask for your help. Our kingdom is in trouble, and we need your magic to save it." The tree's branches rustled, and a gentle voice spoke. "You have shown great courage, kindness, and wisdom. For this, I will grant your wish." The tree glowed brighter, and a wave of magic spread through the forest, rejuvenating the land. Kwame and Oma watched in awe as the rivers flowed again, and the plants turned green and lush. They thanked the magical tree and hurried back to their kingdom. When they returned, the people cheered and celebrated. The crops were growing, the rivers were full, and the kingdom was alive with joy. The king and queen hugged their children tightly. "We are so proud of you," the king said. "You have saved our kingdom and shown that courage and kindness can overcome any challenge." From that day on, Kwame and Oma were known as heroes. The story of the royal twins and their journey to the sacred forest was told for generations, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, courage, kindness, and wisdom can bring light and hope.